Yo, what's going on, guys? Crispy Flakes here. Welcome to Extra Crispy. For today's video, we are going to be doing a Jabari Parker Utah Jazz rebuild. So the Utah Jazz are actually showing great interest in the forward of the Chicago Bulls, who is now on the trade block after not really working out and fitting in alongside the team. As far as the trade rumor that is being offered up, it's looking like a straight up swap of Derek Favors, who's kind of been like an awkward fit alongside Rudy Gobert. I kind of predicted that, you know, really over the last few seasons. I never thought Derek Favors was the optimal player alongside, you know, Rudy Gobert on that Utah Jazz team. So Derek Favors would go to the Bulls team, probably be more like a small ball center, come off the bench at times, because of course they got Wendell and Lord Markin over on that team. So it would kind of be like the replacement for Robin Lopez, probably take his minutes at times. But yeah, I really do like this fit because Jabari Parker, over the last few games, you know, before all these trade rumors came up, he was averaging about 16 points per game for the Chicago Bulls. And I mean, he can score the basketball. Yes, his three-point shot is not exactly falling all that great this season, but we all know that it has potential to be around a 38% three-point shooter. So you put him alongside Rudy Gobert, who's one of the best defensive players in the league. It's a perfect fit, guys, plain and simple, just because, like, Jabari doesn't really play much defense, so when you have Rudy there to kind of clean things up, it's a great fit, and he can stretch the floor, space the floor for Donovan Mitchell and Ricky Rubio, who's not really much of a great shooter himself. But yeah, man, so we are currently 14-16 on this season. I will say that Jabari would probably be the starter right away. I'm actually really okay with this lineup. And as far as like other changes this team needs to make, I mean, 14-16, though, a lot of people thought this team was going to do a lot better this season, so we are actually going to go ahead and check out the player stats so far and kind of see who's struggling out there, see what positions we can improve at. So Donovan Mitchell, 21 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Field goal percentage, a little low, but he's getting better out there. Three-point shot also not falling as much as it did last season. Jabari instantly becomes the second leading scorer of this team. You got Gobert at 14 and 12. Ricky Rubio, while he is getting, you know, 13 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals per game, not bad numbers. Turnovers at about 3 a game, which is not exactly what you want out of your point guard. And he's really just shooting very poorly, guys, at 39 field goal percentage. Joe Ingles, I mean, he's always been a pretty consistent player for this team out there. Jay Crowder, going to be a backup now on this team. Kyle Korver, of course, a new addition on this team. Dante Exum, who's shooting about 40%. Which is the big issue, is that this team doesn't really have like a consistent point guard that's playing well. So I think for this season, we're not going to do too many more changes. I want to see how this team kind of rolls with Jabari Parker out there. That'll be a big indicator if we accept his player option or not, and then we'll probably go from there. But I mean, like, the top 3 players of this team are all small forwards as far as the bench unit goes, so that's not ideal. Although, you know, Jay can play the 4 spot, Korver can play the 2 or the 3. Cephalosha can play, you know, the 2 or 3 spot out there, so they'll kind of make things work as this season progresses along. But I do want to get some more minutes out here to Jabari Parker. I want him at about 33 a game. Donovan Mitchell got to be playing about 38, I'd say. And then Ricky Rubio, I mean, I don't mind him splitting time out there with, you know, Dante Exum anyway, because, like I said, they're both not playing fantastic. So if Dante wants to play a little bit more out there based off his contract, that's fine. And yeah, we are going to roll through this season. I don't think we're going to make the playoffs. I don't think we're quite good enough for that. But I definitely think with Jabari on this team, it sets us up for a pretty good future. So let's go ahead, guys, simulate this first NBA season and see just how good this Jabari Parker Utah Jazz team can really do. Okay, so a final record of 50-31. I mean, I know this team had its share of losing streaks as long as this simulation has been going on. But for the most part, man, like, we got some W's out there. We are probably going to be a playoff team. I imagine 50 wins definitely should be a playoff team in the Western Conference. We got Kevin Durant as MVP, DeAndre Ayton, Rookie of the Year, Tyreke Evans, 6th man, Anthony Davis, Defensive Player, Blake Griffin, Most Improved, and Nick Nurse as Coach of the Year. All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. So no Utah Jazz members on there. Even surprisingly enough, man, like, Rudy Gobert did not make the all-defensive first team. He did make all-defensive second, so that's okay. So here we go. We are currently the second seed. This team started balling, baby. God damn, Jabari. Get this man on this team ASAP, guys. ASAP, as soon as possible. So on the NBA season, Mitchell definitely turned things up at 25 points and 3 assists. And let's be honest, man, when you have the spacing of a power forward like that, which Derek Favors does not really do, that opens up the lane for Donovan Mitchell. That opens up the, you know, drive and kick game out there for him. So, yeah, fantastic. Just a little 1-2 punch here with Jabari and Donovan Mitchell. Jabari has 17 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists per game. Even almost got about 1 steal. Field goal percentage definitely turned up a little bit at 48%. Three-point shot, it did get a little bit better, but it definitely has room for improvement. We got Gobert at 13-13. Ricky Rubio still playing like little bitch ass, but it's fine, man. We got Jay Crowder, Joe Ingles out there, Kyle Korver all doing their thing. Okay, man. So here we go. First round, we do have the Houston Rockets. I can see ourselves losing to them very, very quickly here, man. I can see this just being over with, but we'll actually see how it goes. And we are up 2-1, 3-1, and hey, 4-1. Okay, I can work with that. I can work with that. Close out game 29 for Mitchell, 15 for Exum, and we got Jabari down here at 10, 11, and 5 on 0 for 3 from 3. I was going to say at that point to stop shooting them, but that's exactly why he's being brought on this team, to bring some offense. Next up, the OKC Thunder. We got game 1, got game 2, lost game 3. We up 3-1, 3-2, and we beat them 4 games to 2. Closeout game of 31 points, 5 assists for Ricky Rubio, on 5 for 6 from 3. See, that's the stuff that pisses me off, man. It's just like, bro, you obviously have the capabilities, so just keep it going every single game, and we'll be good to go as we win this one by 1 point, 99 to 98. All right, next up, Golden State. I definitely don't think we're going to beat them, but I've seen crazier things happen. We got tied 1 game apiece, down 2-1, down 3-1. And, okay, they got me all geeked up by getting 1 W, but then we ultimately end up losing. 30 points for Donovan Mitchell, 13 and 10 for Jabari Parker. I definitely want to bring Jabari Parker on that team option. I believe it's $20 million. Because I still think he's a nice piece alongside Rudy. You know, Joe Ingles, I'm pretty sure he has still some more years left on his contract. Really just the point guard position is what I want to improve on. So, yeah, guys, let's go to the, I guess, NBA draft. I don't expect us to have a good draft pick, but it might be, you know, we might get some sort of decent pickup right here. We can actually see what trade we have. We do have the 26th pick. Maybe we can combine that with Ricky Rubio's contract and see if we can really improve there. And never mind. Oh, I guess, is Rubio a free agent? No, he might actually be a free agent. Okay, well, maybe I can trade Exum away because he's got a bitch-ass contract. And maybe we can actually, you know, get maybe a higher overall backup point guard. That would be kind of pristine, but not looking too possible here. We could get JJ Barea. He's 7'9" overall. Joe Harris. We don't need another small forward on this team. Is there any way we can trade up in our draft pick? Not really looking like it. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry too much about that right now. We'll just go to sim to user pick and see what we can get here. It's not going to be a rotation player. Usually don't get them this late in the drafts. But let's just go with, I guess, Robert Franks. He's a face-up forward. That could be nice. A future replacement for Jabari if he doesn't work out. So we got him added to the team. And he is a 70 overall player. Team player options Jabari. We are going to accept that. Raul, not going to bring him back. Royce. Niang, I'm sure they're all fine players, but just not really gonna be in my rotation, so I might as well save the money so we can ideally get some different free agents out there. Yeah, where is Rubio? Is he a free agent? Is he just like not? Yeah, there he is. Okay, he is a free agent. I definitely don't want to bring him back. We got Eric Bledsoe, who's got a, where's he at, man? Not much of a mid-range shooter, but he's got a pretty consistent 3. He could be a nice, so he's a 2-way superstar. I mean, that's the best available. Malcolm Brogdon, I know, can play the point guard position, so him and Donovan Mitchell could bring some scoring off the bench. That's something to consider. Mirotic, don't really need him at all. I'm kind of like the idea of Eric Bledsoe. I'm going to see, though, if we can maybe free up some cap space here and go from there. Although not looking like a lot of great options to do so. I think Dante is really the only player that can possibly go in this situation. And even so, I don't think that's going to free up the money we want to sign the players we want. So, yeah, we'll make this trade here with the 76ers. Still not going to free up the money, though, man. I mean, because Joe Ingles, like, I don't want to trade him at all. I feel like he's a nice player at that 3 spot. I guess I don't really need Jay Crowder out here. Like, $7 million. I mean, that's not a bad little bargain, but I feel like we can kind of find some cheaper players that can still bring us some offense off the bench. So, once again, I would like to just get some draft picks if at all possible. I saw Justin Jackson. There we go. Isaac Bonga still frees up about $6 million or so, maybe $7 million. Okay, let's see what that does for us now, free agent-wise. Allows us to go for like a Spencer Dinwiddie. You know, this still does not free up all that much out there. We do have Chris Middleton available. Tobias Harris could play the 3 spot. And then we could use Joe Ingles possibly as some trade bait or as our starting point guard. I know, you know, fans of the game, of the Utah Jazz, probably don't like to hear that. But it looks like we have the money to get Tobias. So I'm definitely going to do that. Just adds another scoring option, another stretch big for us out there. And then I do see that Darren Collison's available, another consistent shooter. I would hope that in this case that, you know, Donovan Mitchell will become more of a playmaker, because I don't think that, what's his name really does that all that much in a Darren Collison. He's mainly there for offensive purposes. So that can get a little streaky for us out there. We don't quite have the playmakers on this team. Hopefully they just work as a team, though, and go from there as I get Wesley Matthews on a 2-year deal. Rubio, it looks like we can still afford him. I guess I'll bring him back as he'll probably be a backup point guard for us though, man. Unless some sort of trade kind of pops up, but I don't see that happening. Let's go for Salah Majir. Oh, we can't actually afford him. We'll throw him this little $2 million contract, see if he signs up for that. He might, and he does. Okay, that should be good here, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and simulate to the beginning of the regular season. Okay, so here is the team going into the second season. Darren Collison at point guard, Mitchell at the 2 spot, Tobias at the 3, Jabari at the 4, and Rudy Gobert at the 5. Bench here, we got Joe Ingles with Ricky Rubio, Wesley Matthews, and Salah Majir to round out our 9-man rotation. Then we got some other bench players out there, of course. But yeah, I definitely do like this team. And, you know, if Rudy Gobert was not here, I'd be afraid for it defensively. But I feel like it should be okay. And I am actually kind of happy we got Rubio back for a backup. I feel like that's okay in this case. As far as this goes, we got defense for our system. We got balancers of the 4-star. I might actually roll with that just because we got a lot of different, pieces on this team that can do some different things. So yes, guys, we are going to go ahead and simulate this second season and see if this Jabari, Tobias, Mitchell, Utah Jazz team could get to the finals and potentially win it. Okay, so 60 wins on the season. So it looks like Collison and Tobias Harris inserted into the star lineup. Definitely helped out this team a lot. Finished with a L on the season to the Pacers, though, so that's some great momentum going into the playoffs. Stephen Curry, crazy MVP season at 44 points, 6 rebounds, 9 assists per game. Ja Morant, Rookie of the Year. Julius Randle, 6-man. Kawhi Leonard, Defensive Player. Colin Sexton, Most Improved. And Quinn Snyder as Coach of the Year. All-NBA first team, All-NBA second, and All-NBA third. I don't understand how we are literally, like, the best team, and we don't have no players on the All-NBA teams. Like, I guess that just goes to show, man, we work as a team out there, right? Player stats on the season. We got Mitchell at 23 points and 3 assists. Tobias at 21 and 8 with 2 assists. Jabari at 18 points, 8 rebounds, about 2 or 3 assists out there. Rudy Gobert, a great double-double and about 2.3 blocks per game. And then Collison got himself 8 assists, which is big time because I was a little worried looking at those assist numbers out there. Also about 11 points. Rubio did pretty solid as a backup point guard. Wesley Matthews, Joe Ingles, of course. So here we go, man. First round, we do have the Pelicans. So Anthony Davis against Rudy Gobert. That'll be a fun matchup to watch. See how this goes for us. I will say, with a 60-win season, if we get any, like, I want to at least get to the finals. If we lose in the finals to, like, Philadelphia, okay, I understand, man. I at least want to make it competitive. But, no, we are definitely this type of team out there as Jabari gets 21 and 13. All right, next up, Portland Trail Blazers, Damian Lillard. Yo, him and Mitchell on the same team would be a lot of fun to watch. Okay, so they got game 3 on us. We have 3 games to 1, and we beat them 4 games to 1. And the Denver Nuggets actually upset the Golden State Warriors, which is just fine by me. I'm definitely okay with that. Simulate current round right here. Oh, that means they could definitely beat us too, right? And no, we actually have no problem with them. We beat them 4 games to 0, as we do have the Raptors here in the NBA Finals. Simulate current round. Come on, team, let's get this, man. Got game 1, got game 2. We got 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, and we win it in a 7-game series. Donovan Mitchell, your finals MVP at 29 points, 4 assists, and about 2 to 3 steals per game. Tobias was a great pickup there, man, but really it was Donovan Mitchell that took over in that final game. Jabari at 10, 6, and 4. And let's go ahead and see how good they all did in the playoffs. Looking at the playoff stats out here. So yeah, Mitchell was fantastic. Tobias was a nice pickup. And then Jabari at 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. I will say, I still think he's a great pickup. I think he's a great NBA player. I don't know why he's getting so much hate these days. Hope you guys all enjoyed. Be sure to drop that like, subscribe if you're new to my channel, and peace out, my friends.